Hi, this is Beth with All Ray of Light. It's Thursday, the 21st of November 2019, and it's actually in the evening. This is turning into an evening card pull and message, as I didn't get one done before I left this morning. And I decided to pull out the Nature's Whispers cards again, the Oracle cards, which are Angela Hartfield and Josephine. And I pulled a really interesting card, which the guides are, I feel like the guides are sitting there just roaring, ready to drop some information into my head. But I pulled Inner Truths. And this card is just really amazing. It's this young girl, and she's got this candle, and she appears to be in like a cave. And there's an opening, and there's all kinds of course, the Josephine wall artwork is amazing. There's looks like little fairy castles and all kinds of secretive places you could go. And the card says there's a lot of depth to your feelings. You are on your way to understanding your feelings and desires more clearly. The next steps on your path will soon reveal themselves. And just to skip on, it says, go deep and find your own treasures. And what the guides are wanting me to elaborate on with this is the very simple, yet very difficult at times, message of the inner truth. The inner journey is where we find ourselves, is where we meet ourselves, it's where we find that connection with our higher selves, whatever word you want to use, God, whatever, it doesn't matter to me, whatever word you want to use that fits that for you. I remember many years ago somebody coming in and looking at my books and asking me if I'd read all those books, and there were a lot of New Age kind of books and spiritually based books, and I said yes. And I think I probably said yes with some pride. And then they looked at me and they said, but you don't know your own story yet. This is everybody else's. This is somebody else's story. This is everybody else's story in those books, but you don't know your own story yet. And I remember getting kind of like pissed at that person when they said that. As often we can get angry when somebody holds up the mirror and to our truth of what is going on. And that person was right. I didn't know my own inner truth at that time. I hadn't made my own inner connection. I hadn't found that inner wisdom. And it was only through this lifetime of healing work and the many years of having to look at myself, and still having to look at myself, because I don't think that this is a journey that we ever arrive at least here. I think we arrive back home. But that's where the wisdom is. The wisdom is it's those inner truths. And every single one of us here have our own unique inner journey to go through and to experience and to uncover, or, with that light, our inner truths and our inner wisdom. So I guess this is a message going into the evening, and maybe taking with you, perhaps if you go to sleep, to connect in with there. And that's where the inner truth lies, within. So I hope everybody has a good evening, and blessings.